Welcome back to the Dive Hub. A while back, we took a first look at the Garmin G2 dive computer, fresh off the launch, all spec sheets and shiny promises. It was more of a preview really, because back then we hadn't actually dived it. But now Raquel's picked one up and I did what every supportive husband does. I stole it and I took it for a few dives, taking some time to get used to this much smaller device than I'm used to. And now I've got some thoughts. If you've seen our Garmin G1 review, and judging by the 21,000 views, quite a few of you have, you'll know we asked a simple question. Who should use the Garmin G1? It was a solid little unit, rugged, reliable, and priced to move. The feature set was impressive, and it was a step up from many of the options at the same price point, but it had its quirks. The monochrome LCD felt like reading your dive log on a microwave, and the build screamed Casio G-Shock. So when Garmin dropped the G2, I was curious. Was this just a facelift, or had they actually listened to the feedback and built something better? When Raquel's G2 arrived, I got her to film the unboxing experience. Yes, there were a few rolled eyes, but she supports the channel too. Her first impressions? Garmin's clearly aiming for that premium, but not pretentious vibe. The box is tidy and the watch looks sharp when you open it up. Typical Garmin brand affair. When you turn it on though, the first thing you notice is the new AMOLED display. Well, it's a revelation. It's bright, it's crisp, and finally something you can read without squinting like you've lost your mask. In the box, you get the computer, a natty little strap extender, the Garmin USB charging cable, and this one is USB-C, and some bits of paper which I'm sure I'll never look at. The unit itself feels quite lightweight when I compare it to my MK2 series, but that's not a bad thing, to be honest. The display is only 42mm, which is much smaller than I've been used to. I thought I'd have issues reading the display without my glasses on, but this display is properly crisp and sorted. It's also touchscreen too. Swipey fun for everyone. Now, I've been a Garmin fan for a long time, and I've been using them for a fair few years, and I found that I still tended to use the buttons to navigate, but the swiping down to look at all of the options was much quicker once you'd figured out how hard to swipe. No, the touchscreen still doesn't work underwater either, but the buttons and double tap to change screens, that still does. Features-wise, you've got GPS and GLONASS built in, so whether you're navigating a jungle trail or trying to find the truck after a shore dive, you're sorted. Battery life is very solid too. A couple of weeks between charges in Smartwatch mode, and Rax has found a setting that turns the display off when she's not looking at it, which is extending it even further. And the dive modes? This is where the G series really impresses me. It's got the same dive options as the MK or X series dive computers. You've got single gas, nitrox, gauge, apnea, and yes, full multi-gas and CCR support too. This isn't just a lifestyle watch with a dive mode slapped on. It's a proper, decent dive computer. No, there is no air integration, no quick straps, and yes, it still has a polymer body, but it feels tighter, more refined, less toy and more tool. And for the price, it's punching well above its weight. I've been diving with it alongside my MK2i, and here's the thing, I kept looking at the G2 more. While the display is smaller, sure, it is crisper, easier to read, and just more pleasant underwater. Once you get past the slightly smaller font, now I dive with the MK2 in large numbers format, and the G2 only gives you that as an option, which means there is slightly less information displayed in each screen, but the layout works, and you're still able to add additional user-defined screens through the Connect app. The interface is intuitive, the layout makes sense, particularly if you've been using Garmin for as long as I have. And it doesn't feel like you're navigating a spreadsheet mid-dive. But the G2 isn't just for blowing bubbles. It's a full-blown Garmin smartwatch. You're getting heart rates, you're getting sleep tracking, you're getting stress, hydration, steps, stairs, all the usual Garmin voodoo. Whether you're logging dives, tracking your morning run, or just trying to beat Raquel's step count, it's all baked in. And the navigation tools? They are brilliant for a watch of this size. GPS and GLONASS mean that you can breadcrumb your way back to the truck, even when Google Maps gives up. Now let's talk the Apple Watch Ultra. Yes, Apple is shinier. Feels like it was carved from a solid block of smug. And yes, it's a more premium smartwatch. But if you want to use it as a dive computer, you're shelling out $100 a year for a subscription. And even then, it's not Deco Dive friendly. You go past your limits and it'll lock you out like a bouncer at closing time. The G2, no subscription, no lockouts. You could take this thing on a proper Deco Dive and it'll still be speaking to you on the way up. It's using the latest Bühlmann ZHL-16C algorithm with gradient factor adjustment. Would I use it as my primary on a planned Deco Dive? On a single gas, why not? Its readouts are consistent with the MK and X series, but may differ slightly from a Shearwater or Sundo. But then again, everything differs from a Sunto. So yeah, it's not as posh as the Apple Watch Ultra, but it's cheaper, more dive capable, and doesn't nickel and dime you for features. And it still tracks your yoga, your sleep, your stress, and your steps, all while looking like a dive watch, not a fashion statement. So what's the G2 really up against? In the market for smart dive computers, it's not trying to be a Terek or a Perdix 3. It's in that colourful wristwatch category. Think Shearwater Turn, sleek, reliable, but pricier, and no Garmin ecosystem, GPS or other smart features. What about Scuba Pro Galileo 3? Solid, stylish, but the UI feels a little like Windows 95. Or the Sunto Ocean, which is lovely screen as well. It's big. And yes, it also does have air integration, which pumps up the price a little bit, and not everyone needs AI, but it's a Sunto. And I don't mean to be disparaging, but is anyone buying Sunto right now? I've only ever seen one person sporting an Ocean in the wild. So no, the G2 punches hard. It has a sharp OLED touchscreen display, all the Garmin fitness features, GPS, heart rate, sleep. It's not just a dive computer. It can be your daily driver. If you're already in the Garmin ecosystem, it's probably a no-brainer. Now let's not pretend it's perfect. It's not. It doesn't have air integration, so divers feeling that AI is a must, well, you guys have to look elsewhere. It does have a polymer body. It's tough, but it's not indestructible. And of course, no quick straps, which is just annoying, frankly. But at this price point, you're getting a lot of computer for not a lot of coin. It's like buying a hatchback that drives like a sports car. Just don't expect to have leather seats. So who is this for? Going back to our original question. Well, it's for recreational divers who want a stylish, capable dive watch that doubles as a daily wearable. Fitness-focused folks that are already using Garmin gear, or G1 owners who look at their wrists and thought, I deserve something better. But more importantly, who is it not for? It is not for technical divers or those needing air integration. People who want a metal build or anyone who wants to swap straps more often than I swap socks. Is it worth upgrading though? If you've got a G1 and you're ready for something that doesn't look like it came out of a cereal box, yes, it's worth upgrading. Functionality-wise, there hasn't been a great leap forward, but for that screen alone, it's worth it. If you're coming though from a high-end unit, maybe not. But for most recreational divers, the G2 feels like the dive computer the G1 wanted to be when it grew up. And hasn't it grown up well? If you've enjoyed this video, please like, subscribe, and drop your thoughts below, especially if you've already gone out and bought yourself a G2. Tell us what you love, tell us what you hate, and whether you've forgiven Garmin for the strap situation. Stay diving, guys. Stay frosty.